Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to explain why the Chicago Bulls need to fire Jim Boylen. Today's video is going to be super fun to make because Jim Boylen, he's not a good head coach. He said a lot of dumb and has done a lot of dumb things this season already. But yeah, before I get into that, make sure you guys go on my community tab and vote yes or no if you guys think the Chicago Bulls should stick with Jim Boylen or if we should fire him. But yeah, topic number one, why the Bulls need to fire Jim Boylen. Let's just start with last night's game versus the Bucks. Of course, the Bulls lost to the Milwaukee Bucks 115-101. Honestly, I say we should have won this game, or it should have been a lot closer. In the fourth quarter, the Chicago Bulls choked it like always. But yeah, before I get into shitting on Jim Boylen, let's just say Jim Boylen is a moron. And Daniel Gafford made him look like it. Daniel Gafford came into last night's game and played amazing. He was the Bulls' best player off the bench, a rookie, in his first NBA game. In 20 minutes, he had 21 points and 5 rebounds, and he had a few blocks. He had a huge block on Giannis. He's not afraid, and him playing this well makes Jim Boylen look like an idiot. Why was this kid sitting at the end of the bench? He is so talented. He is everything the Chicago Bulls need. Energy off the bench, blocking shots, and getting rebounds. It's honestly sad that Jim Boylen has let him sit on the end of the bench and not play any minutes for 14 games while playing Luke Kornet over him. Luke Kornet, you know, he's a solid player. I liked the signing when we first signed him, but he just hasn't played good this season. He just hasn't been knocking down his shots this year. He wasn't the good three-point shooter he was last year with the New York Knicks. And Jim Boylen still played him over Daniel Gafford. And the Chicago Bulls were getting out-rebounded and outscored with points in the paint every game pretty much this season. So why would we not play Daniel Gafford, our second-round pick, on a rebuilding team? It just doesn't make sense to me. Jim Boylen looks stupid. And especially last night, our bench literally carried us. Our bench kept us in the game. I'm pretty sure our bench had like 60 or 70 points and our starters only had 30 points. Our bench kept us in the game, got us the lead. It gave us all the momentum. You know, Ryan Archie, Coby White, Daniel Gafford were all playing amazing off the bench. And then with about like 5 minutes left, Jim Boylen benches all of them and puts the terrible starters in that had 30 points this game. And I understand that, but at the same time, the bench got us in the game and got us the lead and all the momentum. The least Jim Boylen should have done is let them close out the game. They deserved it. They kept us in the game all night. But then Jim Boylen put Lauri Markkanen and Zach LaVine and the starters back in, and I'm pretty sure they didn't make a shot. Lauri Markkanen and Zach LaVine have been terrible. This whole season, they have been just terrible. They're not looking like leaders, and in the fourth quarter, they're not making big shots to help us win games. And then last night after the game, Jim Boylen said that, you know, he was really happy with the bench's play, but at the same time, he's trying to develop our young players to play and, you know, win games. But at the same time, if our bench got us in the game and is, you know, winning the game pretty much for us, why bench them and bring our terrible starters in that have played terrible all night long? It just doesn't make sense to me. And anytime the reporters question Jim Boylen, he just says, you know, we're not trying to win games or whatever. I'm just trying to teach and grow these players. Well, he's looking like he's doing a terrible job because Lauri Markkanen has regressed terribly. Zach LaVine has been super inconsistent. And I just don't know. His rotations are god-awful. But yeah, on to the second topic. Jim Boylen has said some dumbass comments this year. And even though he took the bench out last game when he shouldn't have, he let the bench stay in a comeback win versus the Lakers when he should have put the starters in. Because he also said he was trying to develop our bench. You know, he's always trying to develop something but not get us any wins. He also said we were trying to build a 15-man squad, and that's just stupid because no NBA team plays 15 people. You know, it's just, I don't know what this old man doesn't understand. And he also put Archie on Giannis, which, you know, I understand that Giannis doesn't play the best against Archie, but at the same time, we just can't let Archie guard Giannis for the whole fourth quarter because Giannis is an MVP. You know, he's going to score on him. And after one game in a blowout loss, they asked Jim Boylen why he didn't play Denzel Valentine, and he said, "'Cause I said so."
Stay ready to stay in the rotation. That's what he needs to do. Stay ready.
Let me rephrase.
Stay ready.
Why is he out of the rotation?
Because I said so.
And that's just terrible. I don't know how you act like that. I don't know. That's just something else. That really blows my mind that he said that. And then another reporter asked him about Lauri Markkanen not getting many shots this year. Yeah, he's in a shooting slump, but he's still supposed to be like our number 1 or number 2 scoring option this year and lead us to the playoffs. I mean, shit, he's the corner piece of our rebuild. And Jim Boylen said, we don't worry about this guy getting that many shots. which is just bogus. You know, we need to feed Lauri Markkanen and Zach LaVine the ball, especially if they want to grow and get out of the shooting slump. They got to take shots. And Lauri Markkanen just, he's not looking like the Lauri Markkanen that I once knew and saw him ball out last year. And also last time against the Bucks, he only played one center against the Bucks, a huge team, you know, with Brook Lopez, Giannis, just tall guys. He didn't play Daniel Gafford in the last game. His rotations are terrible. You know, who knows what Jim Boylen is honestly doing? I mean, shit. We are, what, 4-10, and that's the same record as the New York Knicks? We're supposed to be a playoff team. The New York Knicks are a laughingstock of the NBA. We are playing terrible basketball. Jim Boylen's rotations are terrible. I don't know. Jim Boylen needs to get his head out of his ass and fix this and look at himself in the mirror, and he needs to do a lot. And I also saw something else on Twitter that ever since Jim Boylen became the coach of the Chicago Bulls, his record overall is 21-50. And only 5 of those 21 wins have come against teams who had a record above 500. And all 5 wins were last season. You know, I liked Jim Boylen when we first hired him. You know, I thought he'd be a great coach. He was under Popovich for many, many years. And he's looking like an idiot. He's looking like he hasn't, you know, coached under Popovich for like 10 years. And it's sad because this Bulls team is super talented. We have great players at every position. And Jim Boylen's just not putting them in the right position to succeed, especially with this terrible rotation. So honestly, I think the Bulls should fire Jim Boylen just because we definitely should be way better than 4-10. Honestly, we should be like 10-4. We've played terrible teams and we've pissed away wins every night. And our schedule is only going to continue to get tougher and tougher. And honestly, I don't see the Chicago Bulls making the playoffs unless something dramatic changes. And it needs to happen quick. And it's honestly sad that the Chicago Bulls are getting carried by 2 rookies and a 20-year-old in Wendell Carter Jr. Those are probably our 3 best players. Daniel Gafford, Coby White, and Wendell Carter Jr. Lauri Markkanen and Zach LaVine have been MIA this season. I don't know. Like I said, make sure you guys go vote on my poll. I want to see if you guys think we should fire Jim Boylen or not. Also, leave any questions you got below for me to answer. Thank you guys for watching this video. Have a good one.